Hey guys, so currently I'm in the forest. While I was walking through the forest, I had a little epiphany about charging myself and my body in forest and to tell you how important is it to spend time in the nature. Recently I found on TikTok that you have, I don't remember how it is called, but it's part in your brain, it's part of your brain which helps you to quantum jump your reality into another reality. There were tips about going to the nature and to listen some natural sounds like crickets or frogs or just peace and quiet or wind going through the leaves. Recently, what happened to me in October, I came from competition and it was like really exhausting week, and I came and I just burned out so badly and I cried on my way to school. I cried in the school. I cried when I came home. I felt so lonely. I'm living with my grandparents and they are just old people. And when you spend time with old people, I feel like they are taking my energy and they are draining me so badly. So you need this little like young source of energy. So that's why I went to the nature, and to be honest it really helped me. But I did more things that I'm about to tell you that helped me to prevent and to get out of burnout, because preventing burnout is easier than getting out of burnout. So what I mean by that, you should do everything to not burn out, because once you burn out, that's it. It's just only you and God that will help you to get out of this state, because you may feel that you're depressed, but it's not depression. It's just your head, your body, your physical body, your mental body just playing with you and telling you that you need a break. But when you burn out, you cannot enjoy this break enough, because you're thinking about stuff like why this happened to me and why I'm so depressed out of this and all of that stuff. But one thing you have to remember is that you need to really be gentle to yourself. First tip that I got is that make schedule. It doesn't matter if it will be on paper or inside of your iPad or even inside of your head, because I create my schedules like every day and they're always inside of my head. Sometimes when I feel like I have too much on my shoulders and it's like too big burden on me, I write down some ideas and everything into my phone or on a piece of paper. And really just you have to schedule your day, because if you want add to your day some rest, you cannot work like this for a long time. Okay, you will take week or 2 weeks, but then you're going to literally pass out of this. I don't mean physically, but mentally you're going to pass out. As it happens to me, I cried on my way to school. I cried at home. I didn't know what was happening. I had no idea and no motivation. And one of the things that really helped me was God, to speaking to God and to just tell him my problems and to tell him that please help me to get out of this and why is this happening. But then I realized that it was just God teaching me and teaching me a lesson that I should take more care of myself, that I should schedule these rest days and this part of days when I will rest and will do nothing mentally. Because when I did not schedule these rest moments into my day, I made them subconsciously, which means that if I had some work to do, I was resting and I was not as productive as I would if I would have a rest or some break. So I was making myself like breaks through the working, and then I literally procrastinated my work because I was taking big breaks through the working and my work was not as efficient, and I had literally no good ideas, and I felt so depressed and I didn't know what to do with life sometimes. And also these days I feel like I don't know what to do with life, but I just believe and I know that I'm meant for something really big, and it doesn't matter when and how it will come, because I know it will come. And my job is just to prevent myself from burning out, to make my schedules. So for example, when you wake up, the first thing in the morning is to brush your teeth, so take care of yourself, then go work, and then maybe take go watch some YouTube video. For me, I'm resting, like listening to my favorite music, or listening to like manifestation high frequency music. Or another thing is just like watching the most brain rot videos on YouTube, because most content I consume is educational, mindset, and self-care, healthcare, and all of that. But sometimes you really need to rest, and what helps to me is the brain rot videos. I'm not binge watching them. Maybe I'll watch two, maybe three, but that's enough, or maybe one. It depends. And yeah, this really helps me to not totally burn out, or just like swipe on TikTok, but make time for it. Because when you get into this like doom scrolling, you'll be just like, you get kind of addicted to it, and you will not want to stop and get out of this. So you really need to schedule certain time to do this, because if you don't going to give yourself like boundaries from which time to time you can do it, your body and your mental state, you won't stop be doing it. So yeah, you have to be kind of like parent to yourself. Another thing that helps me to not burn out is to really do the work on myself, to eat healthy. And if I don't eat healthy, which I currently struggle with, I because holidays are here, and sorry, I had hair in there. So holidays are here, and I wanted to eat healthy even through the holidays, but my family really have all that junk food and the sweets and cakes that I don't even like. And when I see them, I really want to eat them, and I eat them, and then I feel bad. My face is puffy. I eat so much sugar that I'm addicted to it, and sugar really brings you to that state of depression. Because I don't know, I'm not scientist, but I see that from my own experience, that when I ate sugar, my face was so puffy and I felt so depressed. I was listening to depressed music, and it was making me feel good. So I was constantly listening to depressed music, and I felt so good while listening to depressed music, because I like to victimize myself, to really feel bad for myself. I felt so depressed, and then I kind of had like mental disorder, I can say. I had really struggled with eating all of the food, because sugar was making me so puffy. And even though I was so skinny, my head was so big, and it just was not it. And then I had problems with it. So eating healthy really is essential for not burning out. Then, what helps me to do the inner work, to meditate, to do like some physical activities, to like work out, really do the workout. It doesn't have to be workout, but like going on a walk, as I'm currently doing, or just some stretchings. After stretching, I always feel so good. 40% I feel better, because I don't know, the movement is really important to not burn out, so that your energy is moving through your body, that your energy is like that you're releasing your energy. Because when I don't do this stuff, then I cannot sleep properly, and when I don't have proper food and sleep, then I'm terrible. I have no ideas, I'm no productive, and I just really burned out after not doing this stuff. For example, I don't personally do yoga. I would love to do it, but I just stretch, or I'm trying to meditate daily, because uh I have little problem with myself, that I'm self-sabotaging myself while meditating. And just like, when you meditate, you think about like good stuff and stuff you want to manifest, but my brain like tries to always sabotage me and to think about the worst thing, and then I cannot stop thinking about the worst thing. So that was my problem with meditation. So that's important for me to meditate daily, so that I can get in that cycle. But I don't know, I'm always so busy, and I did not schedule my day properly, so I did not have time for this meditation. So that's important to schedule it, like these little things. You don't even have to meditate. You can just like sit for 10 minutes in a quiet room. It doesn't even have to be dark. You just close your eyes and be in your head with your thoughts and think. And just like you can visualize your dream life or the next thing that you will do. Or what helps me to get ideas is to go on walks. And while I'm on walk, but when you're going to walk, you cannot have any electronic devices, nothing, just you walking into the nature and be with your head. And then you won't get the ideas like immediately. You will get the ideas after just like 1 or 2 hours of walking when you're going home. Then you'll get the ideas, because sometimes when I'm walking, I have no ideas. My brain is just like thinking such a stupid things, and I that want to go home and everything around that. But then suddenly I get into that not meditative state, but into that state which allows me to get more ideas and to release all of my brain juice, as I would say. And that helps me to get some ideas, and then I'll just write them down into my phone. And when I said that you cannot have phone, I have phone with me, but it is on silent mode and it's in my pocket because it's counting my steps, but no data, no Instagram, no social media, anything, just you and yourself. And if you have any idea, write it down to your phone. Another thing that really helps me is to watch the educational content to not burn out. Because when I don't watch this educational content or I don't read books, my brain is just like rotting. It's rotting so hard, and then I'll burn out because I have no more motivation and ideas to do any work and stuff. So when I listen to podcasts, the Wizard List podcast is the best, or I can give you the Emma Chamberlain's Anything Goes By, Fernanda Ramirez, a Better You podcast, a Self Obsessed podcast, or by Bria Johnson, Better You, I think it's called. And yeah, in this podcasts, you will learn so much stuff that will help you to get that knowledge while you're walking. And yeah, if you don't want to be with your head in silence, you can really put this podcast in, and then you will be like, okay, I want to listen to this podcast, or I want to be with my thoughts. So that's two things while doing. And yeah, what personally helps me to do is to do more things at once, but I cannot go through certain line because then I'll burn out, because again, too much burden on my shoulders, and then I cannot just like take it. And when you cannot admit to yourself, it's not bad to just take this break, because when I was working out daily, my body was puffy, and as I said, with the problem with sugar, I was also working out every day, but it was not the healthy workout. It was always the strongest cardio and only abs, and I don't know. I felt like just little little spaghetti, pasta, and it was such a bad part of my life. And but I'm grateful for this because it made me stronger, and it made me realize that I need to take these break days, because on these break days they are most important, because on these break days your body and your mind is most like growing. And I'm saying that your body is just like big computer, and you have certain gigabytes and RAM story and all of the memories. So when you will just like let it render it, let it just be, it will just sit in your mind, or your body will just rest, and the abs will grow on these rest days. And yeah, that's really important to take these rest days, because without rest days you have no results. You can work out daily, and if you don't have this one or just like rest days and rest moments, you are working out just like for no reason, because your body will not have the rest that it needs. It won't recover properly, and then you will start falling sick or your bones will get weaker and everything around that. I personally really want to journal more, but what I do for now, it will be 2 years. I didn't know how to journal, so I just I just take my journal and I just write gratitude practice. It can be on 3 pages, and then I'm writing things that I'm grateful currently for, and really feel it. And then I'll write things that I want, but as I have them and that I'm grateful for them. So, for example, if I would want this and I don't have this, I would write, I'm so grateful for this piece of wood. And then, like, I really feel the thing as I have the thing. Hopefully, this makes any sense. Sorry, some runner man was running and I got really scared that it's some animal. But anyways, I missed my thoughts right now because I had such a shock. But anyways, let's get into that chill vibe again. Do you think that bears sleep on December? Because I don't know. Do you see the weather? It's literally like 10 or like 5 Celsius, and I don't think bears are sleeping because it looks like it's spring currently. But my soul left the body when a runner was running because it was behind my back. I started to hear some noises and then I saw something running and then I saw a blue jacket. So it was okay, but yeah, my soul really left the body. Really, you can journal, and I'm going to start to journal myself. I want to start as soon as possible. When I come home, I'll start. I want to try to do the inner healing work. I heard this in some podcast. I don't really remember in which podcast is, but this girl was saying certain things that you can journal about. I'm going to pop them out here. So to do the inner work and to come up with your problems, with your inner blockages and your problems that are self-sabotaging you and doing you all of that this burnout. So then you'll realize what you have to do to prevent the burnout. So when you will journal out these questions and you will come up and you will know what's the problem, then you can prevent this by taking this break and making this schedule inside of your busy day. I'm both extrovert and introvert at once, but what I prefer is to be alone and to work on myself. But when I am too much alone, then I'm starting to little by little burning out because I have no social contact, and human brains are made to be with people and to get the social contact with other people and to get this socializing, you know what I mean. So I always need to socialize somehow. Doesn't matter if you socialize like with your friends or family or anyone, but that's important to socialize with somebody who will give you energy and won't drain you. Because for example, my grandparents, they're really old, and I feel like they're sucking my young energy out of me, and that's really burning me out. So you have to realize which people are just like sucking and living off of your energy so that you don't burn out, because that's just like really big point that people suck on your energy and then you will burn out. So what I do is to hang out with someone young, and if I don't want to hang out with my friends, I literally go on Omegle or just like some socializing app or maybe some video game in which is voice chat, and I speak to people, and then I'm okay. Then I socialize and it feels really good. Or I speak to you guys through this camera, or maybe I'll go live. Let me know in the comments if you would want live chat on YouTube, because on TikTok I'm not streaming, and if I would stream on my Instagram, I would stream on my other account, Matush Trop Spam. The last thing that I'm going to tell you is to take care of your looks, because when I'm so busy, then I don't take enough care of myself. I have long nails, my mustache is growing, I have pale skin, and it's just not it. And for me, hygiene is the most important thing. Like everything has to be perfect for 100%. Like nothing can be ever perfect for 100%, but you know what I mean this with hygiene. So when I do too much of work, I stop cleaning my space and myself. Like, not entirely, but I'm starting to left behind my space and my body. So you really have to take care of your body. You should really take care of your environment, because when you're in a messy environment, then you have mess inside of your head, and then you will burn out. And that's also one of the causes to burn out. So try. I know it's really hard, but make the schedule. Like, you don't even have to do as much things, just to do them really high quality over quantity, because then, like, keep clean your space where you're living, so that you can keep your thoughts and your mind clean. And that's really, really important. I just love spending time in with nature, and I cannot wait when the weather will get warmer, because it feels so good to finally get the sun on my skin. I know that UV is damaging my skin, but when you're wearing SPF, what I am not currently, the sun is doing nothing too. It's just getting the vitamin D inside of you. And as you can see, the environment is just like really, really beautiful. So, yeah. And guys, if you think that I speak these things out of something, no, I don't even have any script, and I'm all just telling you out of my own experience, and I just want to help you. And if you stay till the end, I'm really grateful for you, and thank you that you've been there, because I'm trying to grow this community on YouTube. As everybody says that I copy Wizardless, but everyone is authentic to themselves. And yeah, I got some inspiration from her, because I listened to her, and as I said to you, all of this other podcasts is, but I want the audience that she has. You know why? Because this audience is trying to learn something. They are kind, and they are not energy suckers as people that are on my TikTok and all of that stuff. So I really need to detach out of this bad energy. And I feel like the more I don't want this energy, the more they are chasing me. And I really hate this, but I don't care. Haters, as I said in my last video, every hate is compliment in disguise, because they just see the bright and the light inside of me. But I really want to get some people that want to grow with me, and that we can grow together, so that you or me don't feel lonely. So it's just like some sort of friendship between us. And now I remembered one thing, and that's uh the point of this video, that why is the nature so important, because the nature is the biggest source of energy. And oh my god, can you see the hot air balloon? It looks so cool. I'm so happy that I went out today. Thing is that the nature is the most energy source that will give you. So what I currently did is that I have this out of Wizard Liz, and I tried it to just like put my back against the tree and tell the tree to suck all of my bad energy out, to give me the good energy out of its roots and everything. So I imagine that my energy, my bad energy, the darkness, went inside of its roots, and that from his crown, the good energy went through my body. And just to really hear the natural sounds, it helps to stimulate to your brain and to get into this more so meditative state, so that you can be more relaxed, giving you energy out of this beautiful, 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 beautiful sun. And yeah, I love you. Bye.